Greetings one and all, and welcome to a very special little game that uses the D&D rules that I call Thy Chaos Consumed. I am your host of our Arc Run and DM for the evening, and I am joined by these list of people in alphabetical order. It's not because I have migraine and can't be bothered thinking. Danton Stormkeeper, my brother.
Hello.
My best friend Demonox.
Greetings.
Hedonistic Actor, aka Marty Mali.
Hi.
Madhog, thy master.
Oh no!
And, of course, we have the last DM who has given me the chance to be in the seat, Ross from Paradise and Fairies or Fanboy Fairies, depending on which thing I'm reading here.
Meow.
Anyway, onto the bit of a synopsis of what this campaign is going to be all about. This campaign takes place in England 2001, and each of the characters involved in this game, I would like to call it, work for a company known as Stokes Co., as owned by a particular man by the name of Mark Stokes, who we get to be introduced to later. And each of these characters work in this typical office environment, but these characters are going to be completely different from the norms of the NPCs, so to speak, in the fact that these lot are basically super-powered magical beings of epic power, let's put it that way. And in one way or form or another, I challenged each of them to basically come up with a character and state what were their reasons of wanting to go into the most boringest office job in the world, essentially. And
That was fun.
And for all intents and purposes, all of these characters had to look humanoid in some way in order to blend in with society. So things would be open for interpretation in that regard, that they could have been androids or some sort of alien in disguise. But we'll get to introduce each of these characters soon enough. Or else...
Do I have a union?
I gotta feed my family.
You have a family.
I want a union.
So with all that said about the introduction, I think it's time we go into the actual game itself. But sadly, due to the way I planned this, I basically want to introduce the characters first. So for the intents and purposes of introducing all the players' characters, we're going to start, very strangely, in a small room where all of you have decided to meet up because you all realized you share this commonality with one another. And it's like a big, huge coincidence or something.
So, should you mention that this is a set in the same universe as Beachside?
Yes, I think I should say that, but I think that was I thought that would be very obvious, and plus it was going to be part of an Easter egg anyway.
Alright.
No, I did not know it was set in the same universe
Nope.
as
No,
here's this. No, because
D&D.
I said that because the backstory of my character is directly linked with a certain change in the world that happened in Beachside because of the action of our party. So that's why I wanted to make sure this connection was clear.
Yes. I'm going to basically say this just in case to cover my bases. There was a reason why I chose England, to be specific, because from
Hometown field.
Monty Python?
No,
Monty Python.
No, because it was it was either going to be that or Australia. So
Australia, mate! Why not Australia, mate? Let's go hunt down kangaroos and the crocodiles.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
put
exactly.
a shrimp on the barbie.
Well, if you wanted to if you wanted to hear me say all that stuff in Australia,
Oh god, stick to English.
Yeah, exactly. So we're
You
sticking.
can barely do English, Devar.
Yes. So with that said, to cover my bases, I decided to choose England in the universe as Beachside, is because out of everything, Ross neglected to say what was happening outside the countries, of the USA, so I decided to...
You're right, I kinda did.
Well, it's
maybe
American.
eventually.
They don't care about anybody else but the USA.
No.
So I decided to explore this concept a bit more in depth and to add a bit more juices to the world, essentially. If that makes sense. Because I have... Because sadly I have a migraine, and that is plain heck with my thought process.
I mean, Ross's ending for our previous
water.
campaign definitely left us wanting for more, so...
Well, standard D&D style, so...
Well, yeah, but this is... Again, this is like... this is a completely different scenario that's in a different country, essentially. So...
Yes.
So whatever happens in this one... I do not know if Ross is going to be all like, no, but I've already written the synopsis and the scenario, so...
Beachside is as much your guys' story as it is mine, so...
Well, that's interesting. That's good to know. So, yeah.
After all, I can't tell the story without the players.
That's a good point, because I'm always a fan of the D&D style of basically, it's a two-way street, essentially, of telling a story.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, there is
any room.
yes, they are separated from a street. Unfortunately, cars are passing through.
Okay, so back to the story that at hand. All of you are in a small room having a meeting about your little coinky-dink of being all
Important question, how small is this?
It's a standard office-sized
The
room.
2x2 room. You're all just cramming here like sardines.
Are we all stuck on top of each other? There is only one chair.
No, you're gonna be sitting in a small semicircle, essentially, of chairs.
It's essentially a small office.
Is this a reunion of the Alcoholic Anonymous?
Yeah, that depends on
There's a
you.
room.
That depends on you
It better
guys.
fucking not, mate!
What are we
Okay.
exactly doing there?
Okay, well, as I said before, you decided to all meet up because this is your first time knowing about each other's existence, that you're all superpowered magical beings, essentially. So you decided to meet up and introduce yourselves to each other in that regard.
Hey, essentially
as-
play a meet and greet.
Say as much as you like about your characters at this point. It's basically to ease not only each other into this, but also the audience who are watching this, to get to know each of your characters you have created.
Who should start?
I see D20 to start.
Okay.
You know what? Okay, you're on.
Okay, let's see. D20s, guys.
Roll initiative.
5.
Demonox is not going to go first this time around, I swear.
Oh, we're supposed to throw D20s?
Yeah, roll D20.
Just roll a D20.
Roll D20 for this one at least, so then we can then decide who goes
Well.
first. Okay, Marty said 12.
7.
7.
Mad Hog?
14.
Ross?
19.
Oh, so Ross is going first then.
Yay,
Goody!
17.
I really did not want to be the character to lead this off.
Come on, Ross.
I really did not want to be the character.
Come on, Ross.
Oh, shut up and get going with it, you little belly bastard!
Danton, are you introducing yourself unknowingly to us?
Oh my god! I'm breaking the fourth wall!
Okay, I guess Danton starts then.
No, it's Ross. Come on, Ross.
Come on, Ross.
You can do this.
Okay.
Step up.
Do not argue with the cards of the dice or
So,
something.
you see a extremely burly, bearded man sitting.
It was you! Okay, more on that later. I will explain in time. But it was you! I knew it! Damn it!
What? What's going on?
Carry
It's an
on.
inside joke.
Carry on, Ross.
Yes, an extremely burly, bearded man sitting there. He is dressed in normal office attire. However, the suit just does not seem to fit correctly around his muscles and looks like it could, rip at any time from the slightest bit of tension. He has a jolly demeanor about him, but is known to have a bit of a temper if someone should, act basically do anything that may seem to hurt or offend children or the concept of
God
children.
damn it! It's your fault! It's your fault, Ross! Damn you!
Well, I think we now know what's going on between Mad Hog and Ross.
Yeah.
And you thought it was me?
Yes, well, because you mentioned a beard. That's why. My first suspect was Ross, though, and I was right.
Okay, so Ross, might as well introduce yourself in character and all.
It's Father Christmas. The
No
Lord
shit.
of Santa!
Lord
He's
of
the
Santa!
Lord of Christmas!
Wait, does he present himself as Santa, or is he pretending not to be Santa?
He does not hide the fact that he is jolly and Santa.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good to know.
So Ross's character's name is actually literally Lord of Santa.
Yes, Lord of Santa.
Well, across from the rather hulkish, weirdly dressed, rather tightly dressed, jolly-looking fellow sits a rather plain-looking man, about 30, brown hair, blue eyes, white. You could literally... It looks... When looking at him, it looks like he's someone you know, like you've seen him elsewhere, like deja vu constantly. It's like he's blended in of virtually every characteristic you can think of. If you looked at him and went, oh, he reminds me of so-and-so, that would probably be that guy. He's sat there wearing a little normal office tweed jacket, smart trousers, smart boots, but he's constantly looking at things as if he's seeing them for the very first time. Literally looking at Lord of Santa's shoes right now and going, He's looking about the Santa bit, he's looking at the shoes.
The shoes are very generic office type shoes. Dress shoes.
Shoes! I must have them all!
No, he's looking kind of, oh, that's interesting. How far they're doing this light? That's rather creative. Okay. Who knew Monkey could be this smart?
Oh.
Oh, do you find something amusing about my shoes?
No, just look at the general. Look at them in general. I have no idea how you actually fit in that suit. He defies logic, large mass man.
So,
that
who's
was
next?
quick.
Me?
Well,
You broke the
Demonox has
wall.
not mentioned his name yet to everybody. So...
And his name, as he's known, is Jones Smith.
Yeah, Jones.
That's the
Okay.
most normal sounding name ever.
Yeah, two last names for a name. That's...
John Smith in England is quite normal. Smith's
Okay.
a normal last name.
Sure,
Jones.
okay.
Well,
Jones,
it's his real
John,
one, so-
as in Jones Smith. Okay.
Yeah, Jones.
Jones,
Yeah.
awesome.
Jones.
Okay.
Okay.
So, who's next? I think I was the next one.
yeah, I
or-
think
Yep.
you were next. So you go, Madhog. I'm gonna dread this.
Okay, so sit nearby the big fella, the big burly fella with the uncomfortable outfit. There is a relatively small man. Quite small, in fact. A very small man, dressed in green, with a candy cane colored hat. And he was not listening to the conversation because he was too distracted by the music emanating from his hula dancing snowman toy, which he has in his hand. He's bobbing his head up and down in a bliss. Then he notices your eyes on him, and he smiles the biggest, most creepiest smile you've ever seen. I think it's about a meter in diameter, if it's even possible.
No.
And say, and
Just
Well,
your
it
head's
is.
a meter long.
well, it is because it's magic.
Yes.
So, hello there, everybody. How is your day today? Jolly, happy, festive? I hope it is. Woo! And he throws little happy streamers out of his
Madhog.
out of his
Madhog.
out of his
Madhog.
what?
Roll
What?
a D300.
Oh no! So, by the way, I'm throwing streamers out of my outfit. Essentially.
Roll 300.
Yes. You roll it.
I'm rolling 300. I rolled a 60. What happens?
Okay, let me see what happens here. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Who will this hit?
Oh my god!
Everyone figure out what happens in this game now?
Well, I think everyone does know, but let me quickly see who this will happen to, because I have to get to the list. Okay, so suddenly from Lord of Santa's suit, a miniature extendable hand repeatedly pops out of him and slaps each and every one of you 12 times.
That includes you, my dog.
Oh! On the first day of Christmas, dear Santa brought to me a slap in the face 12 more times. Yes! Christmas!
Yeah.
Isn't it awesome, guys? Isn't Christmas the best? You don't get to experience things one time, but 12 more times too. Yes.
Okay.
More streamers, everybody. More streamers. More happiness.
The one is Lord of Santa also hit by this effect, even
No,
though his coat is producing it.
It hits everyone else.
Well, no, it does not. It hits everybody else, just not you.
Okay. Okay.
Not me.
No.
No,
My
you
character
too, my dog.
strokes his cheeks and says,
He says, ho, 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 ho. Some naughty elf decided to play a trick.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Actually, you're
Let's
the
say-
naughty elf.
let's say-
the naughty elf.
Shush.
the-
Let's
Devon,
save.
what are you gonna say?
Let's save that for later. The explanation, and we'll finish up your
Actually-
introduction. Then, Madhog.
Actually, yes. At the mention of naughty, this person tilts his head towards the Santa, and in tilting his hand, you hear this disturbing noise of twigs breaking, and he has this really creepy face that says, "Ha ha ha ha! You say the most funny things." Anyway, so this person, he is. The best way to put it, you ranking boss Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right?
Yes.
He looks like an elf, like a Christmas elf from
Okay.
that special.
Yeah, I was gonna say we may have guessed that one by now.
Yes. Yes.
Really?
So,
Any other name?
and oh,
Is
you
he
want
the
to?
one
Oh,
that wanted to be a dentist?
no, that's. He looks like that, but he's definitely wanted to be an elf. So,
What's even his
so
name?
his name and this jolly fellow, this diminutive jolly fellow's name is Helroy Satanson.
What?
Yes,
Oh.
That's his name.
that's his name.
Helroy with an H. Helroy Satanson. Nice
Ah.
to meet you all, fellow lovers of holiday festivity.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You silly goose. Of course you do. Everybody knows.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up sometime. What's on the box? I learned how to use it last week. Fantastic little thing.
He gives each and everybody of you a a cup with eggnog.
Roll 5 of those.
Oh no! Sorry! I'm sorry! I just wanted to spread happiness.
Don't.
Okay, first is 70.
Okay, so give me a moment to see what this one does. Okay, so who will this one hit then?
Oh, you figured out yet, Red Hog, what happened? Oh,
Okay,
Sorry!
okay, so the
wait.
dice roll says Ross again. So Ross, pick a thing. Forest animal, specific type of object, or an intangible concept.
Intangible concept.
Great! You vow revenge against that.
Vow of revenge against poverty!
Helroy looks at you and says, I don't trust this guy. He doesn't seem
He looks
very...
extremely angry at the concept of poverty currently. And that
He's scared.
Going at ease.
He's scared.
At ill ease, I should say.
Okay.
He scares me. He hides behind John's.
Okay, let's.
Okay, I have to roll four more times, don't I?
Second roll then, Madhog.
I'm so sorry.
Keep going.
174.
Okay, 174. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna. Okay, I can't do anything with this, so we'll just leave that and we'll save that for later. I'll make a note.
Oh God.
I'll make a note of this.
Oh no.
Alright, it's one of those things we can't really trigger in here.
Well,
Third roll.
yep, third roll.
217.
Okay, Danton, you must speak like an infomercial now.
He has not introduced himself yet. That's not fair.
Exactly.
Can you postpone this?
Oh, don't worry. He'll introduce himself like an infomercial when we get to him.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Danton. 120.
Okay, so Demonox, your character feels very sleepy and must lay on something. A person, furniture, or even the ground looks comfy enough, you know?
Look, the elf is actually nearby him, so he can lay on him with all weight.
Don't give him ideas. Don't give him ideas, Madhog. It's up to him to...
Jones just looks around like, all the weird magic's lying around. Who cares? Sleep now. Chair.
Oh, the elf gives you a blanket. No, wait, no!
No, don't. No, you can't do that. You can't do that yet until.
I take it back. I take it all back. I cannot do anything.
Yeah, just Madhog, you're lucky because you were still in the middle of the fifth and last spell, so you can't take an action yet until all the spells are expended.
Until it's all finished, you can't do anything.
101.
Oh, good lord.
No.
Okay.
Matty?
Okay, Marty. Your character. Let's see. I have to roll a D100 for this.
Oh no!
What?
Okay,
Do him.
Marty. You suddenly grow a pair of ears of whatever animal you would like because this spell is supposed to turn you into a percentage of your persona. In other words, a persona that is a anthropomorphic animal.
Yeah, I know what the persona is.
Yeah, I'll just explain for the audience just in case.
He's hip. He's on for the times.
So choose a pair of ears you like.
Let's go with wolf.
Okay, so suddenly his character has
This man cometh.
a pair of wolf ears pop out of his ears, and they seem to twitch.
No more
I am
actions.
disappointed. At 101, you did not put Dalmatians appear?
Nope.
All right.
No. Don't do anything
I'm
now.
disappointed.
That would have been perfect.
I
That
would
would
have
have been great.
To be honest, I thought that would be too obvious, so I didn't want to go
Yeah,
with
well,
the
that's
obvious.
just
That
screaming
would
itself.
be amazing.
Would have been.
Screaming
Okay, you can save it if you put a terrible sequel on 102.
Okay,
No
guys.
one's gonna roll 102, Mad Hog.
Okay, so with all those spells done, next
Don't
character
do
introduced.
I
anything.
think my character is done forever. Goodbye.
Carry
Not
on.
moving.
Okay, next character now. I believe it'd be Matty's turn, who is new wolf ears.
So, just to clarify, my ears are... I only have wolf ears.
You only
Yes.
have wolf ears for your persona because you only got like beneath 10%.
I think he was asking if he still has human ears as well.
Oh yes, he does. He has human ears still for some
Oh
strange
god, it's
reason.
Yasha, kill it with fire.
So
Right. Well, actor looks human. He has a dark long hair and beard, and he's tall. Very sharp features, and looks kind of mischievous and not all right.
I'm sleeping. I can't see anything.
Da-na-na, da-na-na,
Hang
Yes?
I guess.
Who else has a beard?
Good question.
This is not a fluffy kind of beard. It's rather.
It's a small goatee, isn't it?
It's a 4 o'clock shadow.
It's a kind of a beard that heavy
you
metal
Jesus?
singer.
Oh.
Okay, so you can introduce yourself, Matty, if you like, to other than your appearance, if you want to, or talk about your predicament.
Your name.
Yes, you may know me in a civilian life as Logan Kinnear, but that's of course, I'm an reincarnation of a god. And not just any god. I'm the Loki. If you're familiar with Norse mythology, please, and my very well.
I just want to sleep. Never heard of you. Good to know. Research
It
later.
seems that I have now given.
Are you the Grinch?
Grinch doesn't exist, I think. I guess I'm a connection to him, as we have a similar kind of sense of humor. And since I haven't this New Year's thanks to someone, but I guess that was kind of a given. I've fathered a wolf, so it was only.
Oh, it's okay. My mom is a reindeer.
I bet she is.
You can sense the skeptical tone.
He does not sense anything at all.
Yeah.
It's just... He's so earnest.
Well, the character you see before you, he's a dwarf with a long white beard.
Oh, fellow small man!
And he has sapphire blue eyes. And what he's wearing right now is a purple cloak with a hood. He has brown boots and a grey tunic, like shirt, with black pants.
And he's an infomercial speaker.
Yes, I know. I'm just like... just... Hi there, everyone. My name's Volgrim Starspear, and it's great to meet you all. I'm here to drink all your booze. That's right, all of your booze.
You already have eggnog.
Too late, you'll drink the rest of it. You'll drown your eggnog out.
Grandpa?
No, I'm not your grandpa, you stupid little shit. Get the fuck lost.
Santa?
Wow, this is an angry infomercial.
Yeah.
Spouses.
You sound like my dad.
That figures.
He goes, I don't know how you lot got here.
Can't wake up yet.
Anyway.
It's very hard to get involved in this conversation if you're asleep.
Yeah, okay. Elroy is going to try to wake up gently.
No, wait.
No.
No.
Oh, no, everybody stop the elf!
No, don't stop the elf.
The Lord of Santa gives you a nasty look. You sit back down.
Anyway, he goes, anyway, I'm the balance keeper of the universe. Nice to meet you all. Takes a swig of the eggnog.
Danton,
let me
roll
guess.
a D300.
Oh,
No!
God.
You're drinking
He
the
can't help
eggnog,
it.
you
His character can't have to do
You
it.
fool!
263.
Okay, 263. What will this net you? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay, so okay, that's going to hit Marty. You're going to take about 3 morale damage there, so you're going to be quite uninfused right now about this entire
This
situation.
match is happening.
Beg your pardon? You said ask me a question. I didn't hear it. What he's asked?
Is this wild magic thing something that has happened all the time?
Okay, so with all of your characters introduced, I think I can blow the lid off what this game is about. Everybody, welcome to the true name of this campaign, Societal Woes of Wild Magic!
Oh, damn you, Devar. Oh,
basically, because all of you are superpowered magical beings, this world's mana supply doesn't quite agree with any of you for some reason, for one reason or another. So,
A little of it.
so essentially, your magic is going haywire every time you do a physical action of any kind.
Awesome.
Any door you try to open, wild magic. If you try to touch somebody, wild magic. If you even so much as stir a cup of tea, wild magic.
Underwear putting on.
Yeah,
Wild magic.
Put on your underwear.
no.
Wild magic.
Oh no!
So,
Oh no!
so this is kind of a problem each of you share. So I think, it's be kind of in your best interest if you want to keep your job, if, you try to help each other out, as allies, let's put it that way.
So it's basically liar if everybody was carry and with wild magic.
Now, quick question: are we trying to keep our identity secret or no?
Yeah, well, you're trying to keep your magical identities a secret. Because,
Everyone kind of knows your name because they kind of employed you.
yeah, so everybody knows your name. Let's put it this way, Ross. Why do you think I basically was trying to think of a way for people to call you something else other than Lord of Santa? So they call you...
Probably just think he's a crazy person.
No, they're just called...
Considering he doesn't fit the typical description of Santa Claus.
I think this is as good a time to bring this up, but back in December, when I conceptualized my character originally, Devar told me, to my great surprise, that someone else had already chose a Christmas-themed character. I was very upset, because I thought I had a great idea for a character. So essentially, I had to rework it slightly, and now he is a slightly different thing from what he originally was. Enough to work, hopefully.
Okay.
So there's that.
So
By the way, let me get this straight. We have 3 characters with beards, and
Yes.
2 of them have a white beard.
Yeah, I think 2 of them have white beards. I mean...
Yes, I have a white beard.
I have a white beard as well, yes.
The chances of this happening are so minimal.
I know.
Well, but here's the thing: do Demonox and Mad Hog have beards?
No.
No. I'm
Oh, we
thinking
could have
I am
been-
literally the poster boy of practically every face you know.
We could have been.
I look
the,
like a child.
We could have been the beard team, or
Could be a contender.
The biddies.
or Mustache Mountain.
Mustache Mountain.
My beard.
Well, you and Lord of Santa can be Mustache Mountain.
And Matty.
Yeah, Matty.
And Matty, I guess.
Yes.
No, Matty can be Tyler Bate.
Okay, so with that said, I think now that you
Urge to
know...
got beard rising.
Okay, so now that you all know your each other's
Quite-
problem... Yes?
Just quickly, I missed the name of Danton's character, what it was.
His name was Volgrim.
Volgrim.
Yeah,
Yeah, Volgrim.
his full name...
Grandpa!
Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, so we can finish this up now, basically, of, basically, if you decide to vow to help each other or not, depending on how you feel, but I think it might be in your best interest to do so.
Do we all want to keep our jobs?
As long as they don't get in the way of me drinking ale, then it doesn't matter.
When I took this job,
I find this out. Job means money. Money means booze.
I don't know what I don't know what any of those are. I am paid in peanuts.
Oh. Well,
I
I have
found
to
out
keep
about
the
them
roof
too.
over Mrs.
Very
Claus's
fruit
head,
thing.
so I need this job
Well.
right now.
Oh,
Mr.
funny! Mrs. Claus has the same name as Santa Claus. That's
Well,
funny.
Mr. Satason, I can introduce you to booze and a lot of other stuff.
Well,
I can
Do
get
you have a really good
you're ready.
book? Literally, my character's like, do you have good book?
good book.
I want new book. Library empty.
Oh, I'll give you one, and he gives him a copy of the Bible.
Wild magic!
God damn it! I want to do funny things, but I can't because wild magic.
kicks off every time.
227.
Okay, so because you were trying to give this book to Demonox, he's invisible now, but only to one person at a time.
Well, essentially, indiscriminately banishing one after the other.
Oh,
The
don't
one person
worry.
who quickly-
No, I can fix this. I
No.
can fix this. He puts a sheet on top of him.
No. Okay.
Okay, the Lord of Santa just shoots you a glare again.
Could you
Why?
repeat what
Why are you
exactly
so
you
scared? Why are you being so mean to me?
Because you keep throwing your
Because
magic
I do
around.
not want to be fired. Oh.
Well, I guess that's fair. I tend to get out of control every once in a while. Like that one time I beat her to death that Santa imposter I found at the mall. Anyway, so
Can't we just persuade our boss that our magical abilities will be actually good for this company?
Considering that we're flinging magic around willy-nilly with random effects, I don't think you could convince them if you had a lot of money. I don't know what all 300 spells are.
I'm gonna say this right now.
So we need to know a little more about this company. Now, is it a very small company where the owner of the company is also our boss, or is it a very large corporation where our boss is simply some level of middle management, answers to someone else who answers to someone else, etc.?
That will be answered in due time when we first introduce him in the next part of this chapter. Well,
The idea is we can't formulate any type of plans without knowing that.
this is the
Funny
plan.
that, isn't
stuff
it,
that our
Ross?
characters
this is
would
the
know
nature
as
of the
well.
game. This is the nature of the game. It's wild and unpredictable.
Ross,
And,
believe me, my thing has logic. It's basically is to ease everybody into the campaign as well as to ease people, the audience essentially, more so than the players. So do not worry, you'll learn in due time. The company, so far I can tell you though, is still a very young company, but it's quite successful right now. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But so the
it's
whole-
growing.
Also, when was the first time we noticed this wild magic thing?
Practically when you walk...
This is why you're having the meeting right now, because you only just recently met each other in the office, essentially, and
yes.
and witnessed.
We've been having these problems for a while.
And we just sense that, hey, that guy has some magical in it.
Yes, it's basically you notice he's having a similar problem. I'm saying he because it's Mad Hog's fault.
Wait, what?
Well, so far out of everyone.
Oh, right. Yes,
Yes,
that.
you have a bit of a thing for doing physical actions.
Yes, there's that.
So-
And you notice you're all glaring at him, at Hellroyd, so he says, "More eggnog?" He doesn't do the action, he's just proposing the action, okay? I'm just saying, more eggnog?
Doing anything! My hands are stationary! You can't... I'm not moving.
Okay.
What's the next plan,
Lord of
Diva?
Santa just glares at you.
Okay.
He is resisting the urge to scratch his nose.
So what's
Okay.
the next action, Diva?
Okay. I'm going to just skip, this point because we've basically lingered on
I
this far
do
too
have
long.
an idea.
I would
Maybe
like to add something.
Hold on,
just to-
Matty's trying to say something.
What is it, Matty? First, Matty. What's what you say?
we could also suggest to our boss that we do our work as from home through the internet or...
The internet is still too young for that.
It's 2001!
My guy just turns and looks at him like,
What do we have in
What's an
2001?
internet?
MNS Messenger or
You have dial-up.
you dial up? Okay.
Okay,
So
let
before
me-
we move on to the next scene, I would like to establish one last thing, just for future clarifications.
What would that be, Mad Hog?
Helroy, ever since he beat up the fake Santa, he's been looking for the real Santa with passion. And he has a first suspect who could be the real Santa. And he looks longingly at Jones. Yes,
Jones
that's
is
going
just
to
like
be
stood
the...
there like, I haven't even... So, how did monkeys do all this? This is amazing.
He's looking at you with starry eyes. sparkles around
It's
his
actually
face.
Jones is playing, ignoring. It was like
This
weird reaction.
This
Okay.
certainly is conflicting because while I do want to keep my job, being these wild magic things would open possibilities for all kinds of trickery, and being the god of mischief, I would
Oh, when did the God of Mischief thing come along? Happened to you?
go against my domain, and this is
At the moment, while you're muttering to yourself, you just got like Jones is like literally intently staring at you.
Oh, he's not the only one. I'm also staring at you. Are you
The-
Jesus?
So they're staring at each other in a triangle.
No, Jones is just literally staring at Mr.
Explained
Reincarnation here.
already. I'm Loki,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Okay, let's okay, I'm going to actually
Read a book once.
I'm actually going to
I just decided. Elroy is going to be the SpongeBob to your Squidward, Jones.
Oh no. Anyway, so okay, so this is the introduction done, but there is one last thing I must finish up, because you all basically decide whatever your decisions were made, and as soon as all of you leave, you all slip on a banana peel.
Oh, that was the.
As Elroy sleeps, he says, "Woohoo! Banana sleep group
Yeah.
selfie." No.
Selfie laughing 2001.
Nope.
Eat magic.
Come
Who
on,
cares?
Really, banana
he's rip-
split.
He's-
Oldest.
he ripped a smartphone from the future.
No, smartphone. Get it? Smartphones don't there yet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
From
say
the future.
this is. I have to
No, but
explain.
hey, it's
I have-
chaos. Anything can
okay,
happen.
everybody. I have to explain why the banana peels were there. It's because of a spell Mad Hog cast much earlier that I couldn't put into action until now.
Moving.
What a payoff.
Yep.
What a payoff.
So now we go into the future